Okay, let's unpack this. Picture this. You wake up, it's, the middle of the night, or more specifically, those really quiet hours between, say, 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. Now, for a lot of us, the first reaction is just, yeah, frustration, right? A sigh, trying desperately to get back to sleep. But what if? What if that moment wasn't just an annoyance? What if it was actually, well, a golden opportunity? There's this really interesting idea floating around that this specific time window, these sort of pre-dawn hours, they hold a unique kind of power. It seems to be a time when the usual mental chatter, the analytical mind, kind of quietens down, and your brain becomes particularly receptive. There's research suggesting your brainwaves shift more into alpha and theta frequencies then. States often linked with deep relaxation, vivid imagery, maybe even a stronger connection to your subconscious. It's almost like the static clears.
Uh-huh.
Leaving this pristine canvas. Now, I get it. You might be thinking, but I need my sleep, or look, I'm just not a morning person. Totally fair. That resistance is understandable. But think about this. Our habits, they really architect our lives, don't they? And how we start our day, especially when we find ourselves awake in these quiet moments, it sets a powerful tone. What if shifting how we see these awakenings, seeing them as a chance instead of a chore, could kickstart a real positive ripple effect?
Exactly. And that shift in perspective, well, it leads us right into this idea of conscious co-creation. The understanding that we're actually active participants in shaping our reality, not just, passive bystanders. So our mission here in this deep dive is to explore three simple but potentially profound actions. Actions you can take during this early window based on insights from various fields to really cultivate significant personal transformation. Okay, so the first cornerstone practice, the real foundation for this kind of morning alchemy, it's meditation. But this isn't just about passively sitting there trying to empty your mind, not at all. It's more of an active process. Intentional rewiring, you could say. Recalibrating your internal state to align with the future you want. There's a powerful method that integrates breath, heart focus, and visualization. You start by finding a comfortable seated position. Keep your spine tall, aligned. And the breath. The breath is really key here. Deep, conscious breaths. Imagine inhaling vital energy, possibility maybe. And as you exhale, consciously release any tension, any worries that might be holding you back. Then gently bring your awareness inward to your heart center, the middle of your chest. As you continue breathing, start to visualize a warm, golden light, sort of glowing right there. Think of this as cultivating coherence, that state of balance, often linked with elevated emotions like love, gratitude. Feel this light expanding, filling your whole body, feeling like you're becoming this being of pure, vibrant energy.
Right, and this is where it gets really, really powerful and personal. Once you've tapped into that feeling, that coherence in your heart, you consciously choose the feelings you want to embody for the day ahead, or maybe for that future you're aiming for. Not just thinking, I want confidence, but actually feeling confidence, feeling it pulse through you right now, feeling vibrant energy or deep abundance or gratitude as if they're already completely real in this very moment. And while you're holding on to those elevated emotions, that's when you start to vividly visualize your ideal future. Really see yourself living it. Maybe you're nailing that presentation or feeling the sun on your skin on that dream beach vacation. Or maybe it's as simpler, just sharing a truly joyful moment with people you love. The power is in the sensory details. What do you see, hear, smell? How does your body feel in that future? What are the textures? Make it real.
Exactly. And the why behind this, the reason it's so effective, and researchers like Dr. Joe Dispenza have explored this deeply, is its ability to communicate directly with your subconscious mind. That's where the real lasting change tends to originate. So by doing this consistently, you're actually forging new neural pathways. You're building the brain connections that align with that future. You're basically teaching your body, instructing it cell by cell, what that future feels like right now. This is crucial because thoughts, especially when they're charged with strong emotion, well, they're like the language that influences reality. You're training your mind actively to focus on creation, on what you do want, instead of defaulting to lack or fear. And over time, this practice literally raises your energetic frequency to match the frequency of your desires. And the results, they can be quite fascinating. People often report sudden insights, brilliant ideas popping up seemingly out of nowhere, opportunities that just perfectly align with what they've been visualizing start to manifest, sometimes with surprising ease. You might even find yourself attracting supportive people into your life, mentors, collaborators, new friends, almost unexpectedly. This actually resonates with ideas from quantum physics, the notion that everything at its core is energy, including our thoughts and feelings. So, by consciously directing your energy and attention in this focused, heart-centered way, you're essentially interacting with the quantum field. You're influencing probabilities, attracting experiences that are on the same wavelength as your elevated state.
It's like tuning a radio dial, isn't it? Setting it to the frequency you want to receive. Now, I know what some might be thinking. I tried meditation, nothing really happened. And that's fair, that's a common experience. But think about it like going to the gym. You wouldn't expect a total transformation after one workout, would you? This is a workout. For your mind, yes, but also for your heart, for your energy field. Consistency is absolutely the key. And that loops us back to why that 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. window can be so, well, potent. That analytical filter, that constant stream of what-ifs and shoulds, it just seems thinner then. It's often easier to access those receptive theta brainwave states we mentioned. It feels like a clearer line, maybe, to your subconscious, making that reprogramming work, the visualization and feeling, potentially much more effective.
Precisely. So, practice 1. Meditate. Connect with your heart. Visualize, feel that ideal future, and importantly, do it consistently. Then watch. Observe how your external reality might start to mirror that internal state you're cultivating. It's about claiming your power to create. Okay, now let's move on to the second powerful action for these early hours.
Right, practice 2, move, engaging your body. And this doesn't have to be in a hardcore workout unless, that's really your thing. The focus here is more on gentle, mindful movement, something to get your life force energy flowing. You might hear it called chi or prana in different traditions, getting it moving freely. Think things like yoga, tai chi, qigong, or honestly just some intuitive stretching combined with conscious breathing. The real intention is moving with presence, with awareness of your body. So practically speaking, how does that look? You could just start by standing up. Take a few of those deep centering breaths we talked about. Feel your feet on the ground. Maybe imagine drawing energy up from the earth. Then slowly, gently start to move. Really simple things. Reaching your arms up, a gentle twist through the torso, rolling your shoulders, circling your hips, maybe some soft knee bends. The key is paying attention. Notice the sensations. Where's the tension? Where's the ease? Just observe it, no judgment, like a compassionate witness. And breathe into those areas.
Yes, and you can even deepen this by bringing awareness to the body's energy centers, the chakras. As you move, you could visualize energy activating maybe at the base of your spine, the root center, for stability. Then imagine it rising, lighting up the sacral center, creativity, flow. Then the solar plexus, your personal power. You might pause at the heart center. Maybe place your hands there. Take deep breaths. Really feel that expansive energy of love, compassion, gratitude you cultivated earlier. Maybe even send it outward. And continue moving as you visualize energy rising through the throat communication, truth, the third eye intuition, and finally the crown connection. Maybe imagining a beam of light connecting you upwards. Then just stand still for a moment at the end. Feel the aliveness, the tingling, that vibrant energy flowing through you. Now, the why for this mindful movement is, well, it's multifaceted. Physically, it gets your blood flowing, bringing oxygen, nutrients. It wakes you up naturally, no caffeine needed. Chemically, it stimulates endorphins, those feel-good chemicals that lift your mood, reduce stress, set a positive tone right away. And crucially, especially for this idea of conscious creation, movement gets you out of your head and into your body. So much of our time is spent mentally rehashing or worrying. Movement anchors you in the present, and it cultivates that body awareness, which is so vital for manifestation. Real manifestation needs body, mind, and spirit aligned. When you move with intention, you're literally embodying it, sending a clear signal. Plus, it helps regulate your nervous system, shifting you towards that rest, digest, heal parasympathetic state, counteracting chronic stress.
So it really doesn't matter if you feel like you're super flexible or totally stiff, right? Or if you know Qigong or have never even heard of it. The specific form isn't the main thing. It's the intention, the awareness you bring. Even just simple swaying with breath can be powerful. And like the meditation, consistency is the name of the game here. Regular practice builds momentum. You probably will notice changes over time. Maybe you stand a bit taller, breathe deeper during the day, move with more, grace or vitality. It's all part of that growth, that transformation into, well, the best version of yourself.
Absolutely. So practice 2. Move. Mindfully engage your body, connect with your energy, embody your intentions consistently. This, paired with the meditation, really starts to shift the whole felt sense of your life, not just the morning. Okay, let's explore the third vital practice for this potent time, dedicated learning. And I want to be clear, this isn't about mindlessly scrolling through news feeds or social media, no. This is intentional, focused engagement. Learning something that expands your mind, challenges your assumptions, ignites your curiosity. Your brain, it's like a muscle. It thrives on variety, on challenge. It needs that exercise to grow. And engaging in this kind of focused learning, especially something new, it literally creates new neural pathways. You are actively rewiring your brain for growth, for innovation, for deeper understanding. But the real magic happens with active integration, not just collecting facts like stamps. It's about making connections, synthesizing the insights, letting that knowledge actually change how you perceive things. That's when knowledge starts becoming wisdom.
Okay, so how do you actually approach this early morning learning session? First, pick something that genuinely interests you, something that sparks excitement. Could be related to your career, sure, or a passion project, or something completely new you're just curious about. It has to feel engaging. Then set aside some dedicated time. Even 30 minutes can make a difference, and engage actively. Read a book chapter, watch a documentary, listen to a lecturer. Well, a deep dive like this one. But don't just passively absorb it. Take notes, maybe, in a journal. Ask questions as you go. How does this connect to what I already know? Does it challenge my beliefs? Look for patterns, principles, and pay attention to how you feel while learning. Excitement, challenge, curiosity. Those feelings are important signals. Oh, and there's a really neat technique, often linked to the physicist Richard Feynman. After you learn something, try explaining it out loud. Like you're teaching it to someone completely new to the subject. It forces you to simplify, clarifies your own understanding, and instantly shows you where the fuzzy spots are. Really effective.
Yes, that's a great technique. And this learning, it connects beautifully back to your bigger goals, your visualization practice. Ask yourself, how can this new knowledge help me move towards that life I'm envisioning? What new possibilities does it open up? For instance, learning about neuroplasticity, the brain's amazing ability to change itself that can radically shift how you think about your own potential for transformation. Or maybe learning about something like the observer effect in quantum physics, the idea that observation influences outcomes. That can deepen your understanding of your role as a creator, making you more intentional with your focus. The core idea is learning that's active, personal, relevant. Be a participant, not just the spectator. Use it to transform your understanding of yourself, your capabilities, the world. And doing this first thing, it sets such a proactive tone for the day, doesn't it? Feeding your mind intentionally instead of just reacting. It impacts everything: mood, energy, creativity.
And for anyone thinking, my brain just isn't switched on that early. Remember, we're talking about leveraging those moments if you naturally wake up, turning potential frustration into fertile ground. And actually, that quiet stillness can be ideal for focus. Your prefrontal cortex, the thinking part of the brain, is often less cluttered before the day's demands rush in. There can be a unique, almost magical quality to learning in that calm.
There really can. So, practice 3. Learn. Actively engage that amazing mind of yours. Expand your understanding consistently and with joy. This transforms not just what you know, but how you see everything.
Okay, so let's put it all together now. Imagine starting your day like this. You wake up, maybe between 3 and 5, maybe a bit later if that works better, but with general purpose. You meditate, connect with your heart, visualize, feel that future. Then you move mindfully, awaken your body, embody those intentions. And then you learn intentionally, expand your mind, fuel your curiosity. Think about it. Before most people are even hitting snooze, you've already aligned your energy, activated your body, expanded your mind. You're starting the day in conscious creation mode. That's powerful.
It really is. And the synergy between the 3 practices is remarkable. The clarity from meditation, it sharpens your focus for learning. The movement energizes your body, clears mental fog, potentially making meditation deeper. And the new learning, it gives you fresh perspectives for visualization, new ways to understand things, maybe even inspires new movement intentions. It creates this virtuous cycle, this positive feedback loop. Each day, you become a bit more aware, more energized, more knowledgeable, more coherent internally. You're literally rewiring your brain and upgrading your whole energetic field. And as you consistently create that internal shift, you start to notice the external reality reflecting it back to you. People often talk about an increase in synchronicities, those meaningful coincidences that feel like little winks from the universe. Breakthrough ideas, intuitive nudges seem to arrive more often, and you might find yourself attracting people, resources, opportunities that just resonate perfectly with your new energy, often in ways you couldn't have predicted.
But, and this feels like the really crucial part, it all hinges on consistency, doesn't it? This isn't a magic pill for overnight transformation. It's about making these practices a priority, a non-negotiable, cherished part of your routine whenever you choose to do it. Showing up for yourself day after day, even when, maybe especially when, you don't feel like it.
Absolutely. Real change means dismantling old patterns and consciously building new ones. That takes persistence.
Yeah.
Showing up consistently is the tangible proof to yourself and, you could say, to the universe of your commitment to growth. And the rewards, well, they require patience, yes, but they are truly immeasurable. You start finding more flow. Things just seem to align more easily. You become more resilient. You handle challenges with more grace, more wisdom. And ultimately, you experience more joy, more love, more fulfillment in your life.
So this is really an invitation, isn't it? Something to just try. The next time you find yourself awake in those early hours, maybe don't just roll over and fight it. Gently get up, embrace it, and commit to trying these 3 things. Meditate, move, learn for just 1 week. See how it feels. Notice any shifts, however small, in your energy, your mood, your focus, your creativity, your interactions, your general sense of well-being. And if that week feels good, if it resonates, maybe keep going. Try it for a month, maybe even a year. Just witness the transformation that can happen when you dedicate that quiet time to your own evolution.
Remember, you really do have the innate power within you to shape your reality. Think of yourself as the artist of your life. Every thought, emotion, action, it's a brushstroke. By consciously directing your energy and attention during these potent hours, or any dedicated time you carve out, you're taking masterful control of that brush. You shift from being a passive recipient of whatever happens or feeling like a prisoner of old habits to actively shaping your destiny. Many highly successful people, visionaries throughout history, they understood this power of the quiet, focused morning hours. And it's not about rigid rules. It's about creating a personal, sacred practice that works for you. The specifics, the what, can be flexible. It's the why and the commitment to showing up that really matters. Consistently showing up sends that powerful message. I am ready for more.
Okay, but let's be real. There might be resistance, right? Your body, your mind, they like routine. They might protest this new thing. And maybe friends or family might raise an eyebrow, question why you're up so early or changing things. That's completely normal when you're making big changes or stepping outside the norm. Gentle persistence is the way through. Be kind to yourself. And often, what happens over time is adaptation. Your body and mind adjust. You might even start waking up naturally, looking forward to that quiet time. The resistance starts to fade as the new habit takes root.
Exactly. And the benefits, they don't just stay confined to that morning hour, they ripple out. You might find you have more sustained energy all day, better focus, more productivity. You might handle stress better. You might even find yourself making healthier choices more easily, almost automatically, because you've established that strong internal current of self-care. And as you go deeper, you might start experiencing things that feel, well, almost supernatural. Not like superpowers in movies, but abilities that feel extraordinary because they were outside your usual experience before. Like staying calm and centered even when things around you are chaotic, or having really clear intuition that leads to confident decisions, or seeing your desires manifest with more grace and ease. These aren't magic tricks. They're inherent human potentials that start to blossom as you align your energy, raise your vibration, expand your awareness, and let go of limiting beliefs. Now, a really important point. What if 3 to 5 a.m. just absolutely does not work for you? Your job, family, natural sleep cycle. That specific window, while potent, is absolutely not the only time. Please hear that. The core principle is creating a dedicated time that works for you. A sacred slot. Consistent. Uninterrupted. Maybe it's 6 a.m. Maybe 7. Maybe it's an hour in the evening after things quiet down. Maybe even your lunch break if you can manage it.
Yeah.
The key is consciously choosing and protecting that time for yourself. Because here's a fundamental truth. If you don't consciously schedule time for your own evolution, everything else will fill that space. Guaranteed. Your to-do list is endless. Responsibilities will always be there. And while those things matter, this shouldn't crowd out your inner growth. Because investing in yourself, it benefits everyone. You show up as a better version of you with more energy, patience, love, wisdom, joy to share.
So the message is really experiment. Try the early hours if it calls to you. But it's not find your time. The most crucial thing is actually taking action, making that commitment to yourself, to your growth.
Yes. And just imagine the long-term impact of doing this consistently. Your brain literally rewires for more positivity, more resilience, more peace. You develop a deeper connection with your body, boosting intuition, leading to healthier choices naturally. Your mind becomes more flexible, adaptable, innovative. You nurture curiosity, openness, leading to more creativity, empathy, joy. Remember that cumulative power. Small, consistent, heartfelt actions add up. It's like planting seeds. A lot happens underground before you see the sprouts. Consistency is vital, even when you don't see immediate huge results. The compounding effect is real.
And maybe you start experiencing more of those flow states too, those moments where you're just fully absorbed, alive, present, operating at your peak, and time just kind of bends. Those states are available to all of us, and these practices can make them much more accessible.
Absolutely. And just one more thought on that potential resistance from others. It's okay. When you choose growth, when you choose something extraordinary, you're stepping out of the collective norm, the default way of being. Don't let external doubts shake your internal resolve. Your commitment is to you.
So here it is again, that heartfelt challenge, that invitation. Next time you wake early, maybe 3 to 5 a.m., maybe another time you choose, see it as an opportunity. Gently rise. Try the 3 practices. Meditate, connect, visualize, feel, move, awaken, embody. Learn, expand, understand. Just commit for 1 week. See how it feels. Body, mind, spirit.
And if it resonates, keep going. A month, a year.
Yeah.
Witness the transformation. You truly have everything you need right now within you to create the life you truly desire. You have this innate power to shape reality, to transcend limits, to become the most magnificent version of yourself. These practices meditate, move, learn their powerful tools, keys really, to unlock that power, reveal your potential, and step into who you truly are.
So embrace those quiet hours or whatever time you dedicate as a sacred invitation. An invitation to profound growth and maybe a life beyond what you currently imagine. You are capable of so much more than you know. That untapped potential is waiting. Go forth and unlock it.